Alright my friends, yes, I got a little more tire work, but it's just for fun. So I went shopping. I was originally going to make some tire irons out of this iron here. This one's 16 inches long. And this one, I was going to make 3 irons. I was going to make 2 12s and 1 16-inch bar tire irons to take these little tires off of here with my rig on the vise. You'll see that. And so you're going to round off the ends, right? You're going to put a curve in one end and kind of a kink with a curve on the other. And I was going to make 3 of them. That's better. And so we got the Princess Auto Flyer, which is like, what do you call it, Harbor Freight in the States. And look what I found. Now, this is almost hard to believe, but here's a 16-inch one with the curve on the one end, right? And kind of the hook for undoing the bead on the other. So I bought 2 16s and 1 24. I got the 16s for $5.03, and I got the 24 for $7.03. Now you can't even buy the steel for that. Like this steel over here, I'll go slowly, is worth more than $13 or $17 all the way down to the end. Yes, it's rusty, but I think I just saved myself a whole bunch of work. But I was going to make a video on it too. So that's too bad, but it's good because I don't have to do this now. And it's a hammer beating, heating, mat gas using kind of an operation. In fact, I'm still tempted to make one 8-inch. And so now I'm going to try and get that tire off of the rim because it's just a piece of crap tire. I'll walk over there slowly. I actually used a chunk of the sidewall for my seal kit on the snowblower impeller. Worked good. So anyway, I'm just going to break the bead on that little tire with my press and I'll be right back. My go-to pail is getting too heavy. So let's see if we can do this with you guys watching, not of my back. Okay, so these are heavy. I got to get these out of here. These are my homemade dies for 90 degrees. I need the plate on there. And we're just going to break the bead on this little tire. Oh boy, that's close, eh? Oh man, maybe I can. I think I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I made this press years ago. The guys I used to work with tease me about it because it's all old communication racks, eh? You guys getting a look at this? Let's turn the big light around a little bit. And I think you are. We'll go down a little bit more. I bought this bottle jack just for fun. I bought this bottle jack in 1977. Sound like Road King. Okay, let's get this done. Alright, I took out this piece of steel that was underneath here, and I just added a small shim the bead is broken. Let's do the other side. Go. Yep, there we go. That's perfect. All right. Perfection. All right. I'm going to turn you off and we'll get my tire irons. All right. I've given up trying to work on the stuff with the furnace not running. So this is my tire changer, guys. So I got a 6-inch, 5/8 or 3/4 inch bolt. Don't remember now. And I just tighten this up. Guess I'll get some soap. I've learned that lesson. And what are we going to use to tighten that up with? A left-handed crescent wrench. You guys know it exists. Okay. So that's a 1-inch nipple, a washer, and a nut on the top. So now I don't have to worry about wrecking the wheel or the tire, right? Gotta put a pair of gloves on. I think I might even go to the double lip right off the bat. And we'll use the big one. Yeah, that's what you guys are saying. Use the big one. Yeah, it's working. I just don't have anything to hold the tire still with, eh? Here we go. Oh, well, that's crazy ridiculous, man. One more screwdriver, and we're home. You guys are proud of me, right? I spent some money. $17. I'm not a tire guy, right? I need another big washer. Spray it up again. I don't want to cheat. I want to do the round part of the tire. So lift it up, come over. Use the next one to try and do the same. with me, guys. I'm not a tire guy. Yeah, it's actually coming. That's hard to believe. There we go. Ta-da! Now I'm just going to wipe it up. Well, it's a good little John Deere tractor wheel. Well, it doesn't have to be John Deere, but that's the color, right? Well, that's a lot easier than doing it the other way that I did last time. Some of you guys might remember. See if the bearings are still good in this little wheel. Well, they go around. So there's my homemade tire changer. That's all there is to it. And if you need a longer bolt, you can get one. Thanks, guys. And then I bought 240 piece metric bolt set all the way from M10 down to M5. There they are. I think that's an M10 on the end there. All the way down to an M5, which might even be smaller than that. Yeah, M5. All metric with nuts and lock washers. And that was $4.95, so I bought two. Because like everybody, we are metric here in Canada, but most of the stuff that I work on is standard, but now it's starting to convert to more and more metric all the time. So I'm just going to turn you off for a second. So that's my metric selection. It's all right. I mean, they're all in there, but it's a little confusing, right? So now I've got a better selection, and I'm mostly for snow blowers and stuff now that aren't standard anymore. And they're all plated too. So that was a pretty darn good deal for 10 bucks. And then I got, including the battery, an infrared gun, right? For telling me how hot manifolds are or whatever. Right? So it's 16 degrees Celsius in here, and it is, I got the furnace on, and it is 61 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a nice temperature for a shop. That's just the ambient. Wonder how cold the floor is. Probably cooler, eh? Oh, yeah. The floor is 51 degrees. But this is the time of year it starts to cost me to run the furnace. So anyway, that's kind of, and it came with a battery. And then I bought, a few days before that on the same sale, I was out, and I bought a complete set of metric O-rings. I decided to step it up. I've got metric, or I've got standard O-rings, now I've got the metric O-rings. And I buy quite a few of these little button cell packages. This one was, that whole package was $2.49. And what I use these for is for troubleshooting. If I have a watch or some kind of a do-hummer that has I think has a dead battery, you just use one of these. You can usually get the size. I've got bigger ones as well. And in my truck starter, the battery went, so I have another flat of these are the bigger ones, and I found it was a 2032. So it was the battery. I took it out of the package here, like, you know, it's worth 10 cents, right? And then I found out it was a 2032. I bought a good set of 2032s and put an Energizer in my truck door unlocker. So I use these a lot, the button cell packages. Okay, there's a selection of my button cell batteries, right? I've got good ones and cheap ones, but I probably have duplicates in here, but sometimes they're not good, so you have to, you know, use a couple to make sure whatever you're doing for troubleshooting, right? And in a kid's toy or something too, right, where it's not the end of the world. So I like these packages. $3. And then finally, I've never had one, I've got a digital tire inflator, and I'm happy about this one because it only goes to 150 psi. Some of the other ones go to 300 or 400 psi, and your range is down in the bottom end. So this one is better. So I will hook that up. I'll turn the camera off. It came with batteries too. Isn't that cool? I know they're not the best batteries, but came with batteries. So you're wondering why I haven't bought one of these before, but I've had this little digital tire reader for a long time, and it works good. It's quick and it's accurate, and this is what I've been using. But now I have one where I don't have to go flipping back and forth from the air hose to the gauge. But this is still a really good thing to have. Just thought I'd throw that in there. All right, more fun. I've got my digital tire tester. I'm just going to see what we got in the truck right now. I usually run them 33s. We'll see what they're at. 31.5. That's a pretty good guess. Okay, so now we hook this up. And I should be able to get a reading right off the bat. 28.7. So which one's correct? 29.4. Stick it up to 31.5 and see what the other one says. .6. Is there a release? There is a release. Isn't that nice? Perfect. All right. Now, another cool thing about this is it's got a... I screwed it in too tight. It's got a little tire valve extractor in it. Okay, so this one says 31.3, and this one says 33.5. So there's a 2-pound difference between the units. So now we'll get out the old manual one. Well, that's hard to read, but they're the same, right? And this one says 31. So I think this one's reading high. This one says 31, this one says 31, and this one says 33. 33, yep. Come on! I never even tightened that up. Okay, thanks guys. That was fun. I hate the ratchet straps. They get corroded, they get ugly, they are hard to open when you're working in the cold. So I bought a set of rope ratchets, and you just push this down, push this up to release it, and then you just put one hook on one end and a hook on the other, right there, right? And you just pull it tight for putting things in the back of your truck. Oh my gosh, that is so much better than that. And I bought 2 of them. They're not cheap. These were, well, I think they were about $18 a piece. Something like that. And every time I go into this store, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for these to go on sale, and they just never go on sale. So I bit the bullet and I spent some money on Bruce. Okay, all right, these are my tie downs. I've got one on the snowblower arm and one on my hook that I installed. Oh, that I installed down there. You see it? Got a couple bungees on it too. Oh, it fell off. We'll just leave that like that for now. And then we will, good. So, on this lock here, you can loosen it by holding it up. Then you hook it up and it starts to ratchet. Isn't that great? Instead of those click, 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 click strap ratchets. Now I'm going to just go do the other side. Have patience, I'll just turn you off. A little dark over here. That might help. So now I'm just going to get some slack on the rope. Pardon me, I got to crawl up here. This was easier when I was 30. I can hook onto there, hook the other one onto my same hook on the other side. Okay. And we. Are you guys getting this? Right here. And all you do is tighten it up. And that's it now. You believe that?